Okay, everybody, this is part two. Working with the lion, and we have the wicked colors, which are basically Createx Wicked brand. Okay, I have a mixture here I've put together. The lighter color, it's basically, I think I don't know what the names are on here, but anyway, Wicked Brown. Took yellow, I took some orange, and of course white. Now it's an opaque color, but I'm going to treat it, I'm not going to spray it 100%. So I'm going to start dusting in, try to spray it this way, some of the lighter colors that are this tan color. It kind of is in different spots. I do believe it's right here. Just laying it in. There's going to be other colors, whites and some darker kind of orangey browns over it. But I give it a little tint right now. You like to really let the white of the shirt be the white, the white paint part, but it's not going to work out that way always, because you have to put in your whiskers and stuff specifically. These are gray tones with white on top, so you got to compromise. But whenever you can use more white of the surface, that's a really good thing, because the white can get very thick and like cement. But anyway, let's see where else we can put some of this. We can put it right in here. Just looking at the picture, and I'm far away. I have myself spraying a wide spray. Call this an underpainting, undercolor. It's the color that I'm gonna work from. I just need a tint here and a little bit there. It's not really quite that color over there, so let's see. I see it up here. It's more orangier over here, but I think I can lay a little light tint in and fire in some burnt siennish, orangey colors on top. I'm going to start taking it up here. I am going to tape this off. I'm going to tape off the sleeves when I get nearer to it. I probably won't put that in the video. You just have to walk the tape around to create to protect the edge here if you want the white collar. That's my plan, so let's go with a little bit of light in here with the brown. So we got that going on. I have to step back and look at this. I see a lot more right here. The more I spray it, I know it's kind of getting a little more towards the orange, so I got to be careful. A lot of these lines are showing through. That's fine, because I'll be going in with individual lines that are waiting to be on top of the color. Keeping it soft over here. Just the base coat, just an undercoating. See, you can even put it in big broad strokes. I'm going back pretty far with the trigger to get the wider spray, and I'm also farther away. So in order for me to spray that wide surface, you have to be far away. You can't be right up close like trying to do a line, even though some of these colors will work. There's a lot of individual lines that are going to be in here. There's feather strokes and there's dagger strokes. Right now I'm working with a far away, I guess you could say a feather stroke, because as I work my way in, I can taper it. So I'm just, like I said, bringing in some color. As you lay color over other colors, you get some nice blendings and stuff. And this is not going to be like a photograph type thing. This is going to be realistic, but it's also going to be looser than the style I like to go for. Let's see how I can punch it up as we get going, as far as creating more realism. But right now, I'm going to step back and I'm going to look at it. The right side over here on my right side, the actual left side of the shirt is dark. It's got a lot of darkness going on. So I'm going to just carefully work that. Okay, so obviously here, it's going to be the white paint that's going to help come back out and make strokes. So I'm going to put a light tint there of color so I can fire some lines on top of it, creating individual, stagger strokes of different colors. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Up in here, a little loose. I got a little confusion here. Let's see, that's working in this area. This is going to be more orangey up in here, so I can make it darker just to kind of mark it off. Some colors coming up in here. Again, it's certain areas have these colors waiting. Okay, over here. Again, I'm going to protect the collar later, so the shirt collar. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to lightly mist over this far away, just giving it a little overall color. I'm real far away. I'm not interested in, I'm kind of, like I said yesterday, I'm sculpting. And now it's time to switch over to the brown, or, yeah, the brown. Oh, by the way, I got this little side cup. I mixed up a small amount of color. Sometimes when you don't have a lot of paint or you don't need a lot of one color, this is really great because it can pop into the airbrush and allow you to just add a certain amount of colors. So it's a side cup. And let me just blow this color out here and get the brown going. And while I'm looking for the brown, I'm going to, here it is, I'm going to talk about another important tip on cleaning, or tools that you can use for cleaning the airbrush. Okay, so you've got these type of bottles, or the older bottles I used. I don't know exactly where the camera is because I'm trying something new here, but anyway. These are great for getting in there and really getting the paint out, and a lot of times you can get like a rubbery type of thing. The paint dries and you can almost pull out the shape of the bottle. But this is my old bottles. I've switched to the big mouth bottles, which are basically the same shape as the bottles of the Wicket. You can buy caps for these and not even have to buy the big mouth bottles, and you can put the straw and the new lid right on this and use it right out of the bottle, and then throw it away when you get your next bottle of orange. So the other thing I do also with the cleaning is I will use Auto Air 4008 Restorer gun cleaners. It's excellent. It is. You gotta be careful with it. You don't want to be spraying it a lot. You don't really want to be spraying it. You want to go after hardened paint on the airbrush. It'll just melt it, and it will not melt the cups, this or the big mouth cups. So you can pour some in here, and it will, store it in that. And just be careful with it. This will melt regular plastic, like the cups I use for the fine art. And so that's just a little bit of some of the things that I do to get these guns going, these airbrushes. Or when you're at the sink, I'll put this strainer in the sink to catch parts when I take apart the airbrush. You can get a smaller one, As long as you collect your parts and you don't lose any of them. Pipe cleaners are great to go into the airbrush and, well, the airbrush a little bit, but I use it for the straws in the bottles. These have straws hanging down, and they're really great to just pull through here, pull through, and pop out any garbage and keep these things functioning. And then you use the back of the needle, and you find the little breather hole, and you pop the the back of an old needle down into the opening, and then this functions. Okay, so this has been sitting overnight, so I'll shake it a little bit. And let me get my airbrush here. I'm going to check the time on the video, see where we're at. About 11 minutes. I'm going to keep these kind of short, I do think you can see this in the video, hopefully. This is a paper towel on a styrofoam insulation board on an easel. When you're working on your project, you need something on the side to test colors, or you need at least a bottle or something to spray into. But anyway, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's your dagger stroke. There's your feather stroke. It's soft. Far away, as you see, getting in and doing fur real tight, that kind of stuff. I don't know if my hand's blocking it. But anyway, this is on the side so that I can test to make sure my colors are happening here. So right now, I'm going to go after just some of the brown areas a little bit more. So I think kind of putting in dagger strokes. Sorry, I got to go this way. Let you guys see this. You have to have patience when you're doing it like this because it's freehand. But the more I build up these layers, the more this will start to come together and look like something. The further away, the lighter it gets. Okay, let's get some more brownish areas that we started in here. I'm going darker over some spots I did yesterday. Far away. Slowly but surely you'll sculpt out the shape. It's nice to work large like this. I've been working on such small things that this is really nice to be able to do. But at the same time, I'm supposed to be spraying this so you guys can see it, and it's a little tricky for me. Okay, so right here is that, and right over here is a marking. Not exactly sure. I think it's right around this area. And then we've got that coming down further and meets up with the shape right here. Again, you get in, it's kind of like lightning bolts, you're just making little dagger strokes that create this. I can tint this. I'm going to be spraying, mixing it on the t-shirt. So it's going to be like a kind of a pinkish, dark reddish brown. Just been putting a base there. Okay, let's see what else here. We've got the little dots here. I've got a chair that I'm going to sit down on because, like I said, I don't have the easel that I can pull up and down and lift this while I'm standing and put this area up higher. So let's just do a little bit more here. These are going to be some of the markings Air's on the whole time. Just starting to put in the marks that are on the cat. All right, let's see here. Some brown around here. This is more orange in here, so I'm just kind of treating it almost like a one color painting, even though it's a number of browns and beiges and stuff. I'm trying to create the shapes as I was yesterday, the same kind of thing going on, but now it's just taking it further. I can still see little marks in here where the airbrush is trailing right now. That's a good thing to show you. I might be calling the video on this because of the time, but we'll be doing stages. So, all right, so I'm just wiping off the needle, reseating it, put it back in, spray it on the paper towel because it's got splatter, and then take this nice double action eclipse and leave that air on and go for it. Start working out some of these little tighter spots in here. Little dots. This can make very tiny dots. I'm not sure what you can see in the video, but then you can spray over them and you can still see through them. And eventually this is going to have a really neat look. All right, so let me see here. We'll get back down in here a little bit. Flow of all the different hairs and strands are going in different directions here. Here's more of a shadow. Bring it up. It's going to be very shadowy up in here. It gets very dark over here. I'm going to be careful here because I don't want to, I'll prepare that for the next painting so I can take it to the edge. So you can see where I'm going with this, okay? So, a little bit here. Air's on, paint on, and paint off. Leave the air on the whole time. Listen for that sound. Okay, so I'm going to call the video and get to more on the next one. Like I said, I don't want these to be too long and drawn out because they will, my phone will probably act up and cut them off. A little bit more here. I never can stop. I can always have to do a little more. All right, hopefully that came out nice and showed you something that you didn't know before. Okay, that's enough for now. It's about a 20-minute video. So I shall see you guys on the next video. Thanks for checking it out. Again, don't forget to share the videos and subscribe if you like them. And take care. I'll see you on the next one.